So Darius Garland, as we all know, once upon a time was the future of the Cleveland Cavaliers, and after signing a supermax contract, all things pointed to him being the guy that was gonna lead Cleveland basketball to the promised land, and he gave us all no reason to think otherwise. But then, a bunch of things happened that started to build on each other, and towards the end of this 2024 season, he has really been in his own head. At some points, he has even been unwatchable. But I'm going to explain everything because the true story may not be what you think. But before I get into everything, I would really appreciate it if you would drop a like and subscribe. It only takes 5 seconds, plus you can always change your mind. I'm on the road to 20k subscribers, and with your support, I believe we can get there super fast. Alright, so let's start off at the beginning of this thing. Darius Garland played basketball in college at Vanderbilt, but was injured very quickly, so he only got to play 5 games. But he was just so talented that in those few games, scouts were able to see all that they needed to. The talent was obvious. Honestly, I think he was the most talented player in the entire class, but was he going to be able to put it all together was the only question. And the Cavs had no problem taking him off the board with the number 5 pick of the 2019 draft, even with the fact that they previously also selected a small guard in Colin Sexton the previous year. Garland was a super shifty playmaker that could also shoot the lights out. His size was definitely going to be an issue defensively, but I don't think anyone had too much thought about that. The Cavs just needed more talent on the roster to help bolster their post-LeBron rebuild. And Garland's rookie year was nothing like anyone thought it would be. He started off very slow, and statistically, he was actually the worst player in the league, but he did show some flashes of potential, so nobody was ready to give up on him quite yet. And it's a good thing that nobody did, because he quickly started to develop after this. And once he was handed the keys to the offense, he led this Cavs team to one of the most exciting seasons I have ever seen. Everything was starting to come together, and the Cavs had an exciting duo in the Twin Towers of Evan Mobley and Jared Allen. And Garland was really figuring out how to set them up inside and also take over the game himself as well. Ricky Rubio was also a big factor off the bench, and he was able to mentor Garland. This was like the perfect team. Obviously, they weren't contenders, but I thought they wouldn't even get 20 wins, and if it wasn't for injuries, they would have made the playoffs, and I thought they could have made some noise as well. Fasting forward in time, this team was really starting to figure things out, but it felt like they were just one guy away, and we of course all know that guy ended up being Donovan Mitchell. Originally, everything was working out perfectly, and this Cavs team was a contender. They won 51 games in their first season with Don, but they got absolutely whooped by the Knicks in the first round. And as much as I hate to say it, I could kind of sense this might have been coming. Garland and Mitchell just weren't the duo I thought they would be. They sort of took away from each other's game instead of adding to it. And defensively, every opponent took advantage of the size gap. I'm not saying the Mitchell and Garland duo doesn't work and can't work in the future, but I really don't think they can win a championship together. But then the weird thing is that this 2024 season has been different. Garland can't play by himself. He needs Mitchell to offset his struggles. But the truth is that I just recently found out he's been dealing with a recent family death. So that's obviously been on his mind. And because of that, I think he's been starting to get in his own head and struggle for obvious reasons. And his struggles have led to a ton of criticism from both fans and the media. And I think everything just kept building on itself until it got to the point we are at today. And it's not like he's been that bad, but he's a supermax player, and he is most definitely not living up to it. But the thing is that so many people forget about with these famous athletes is that they are humans too, and they go through bad seasons of life just like we do. But I definitely think Garland needs to step up pretty soon here and just play free, because basketball wise, it seems like he's scared to do things that he used to do. And because of that, defenses treat him like he's soft, and he's become a turnover machine. And once Mitchell comes back from his injury, I think the backcourt can get in a groove. But like I said, it really does have to happen soon, because the playoffs are right around the corner. As a Cavs fan myself, this team needs to close out the season strong, because I just have that gut feeling that they are going to lose their way into the 4 or 5 seed while Mitchell is still out and end up facing the Knicks again, who we all know are a matchup nightmare for this team, and they just know they're soft and have their number. But we'll see what happens. That's really all I have to say for this video. Thank you all so much for watching, and if you enjoyed, make sure to drop a like and subscribe, because your support truly means the world. And until next time, I will see you all later.